Hey guys, and welcome to Igloo today. Today we're going to show you a multi-level trap base. So first of all, here's the catapult. Woo! Alright, I just wanted to test it out, and there was a lot of things that this recent patch has given us with the catapult. But here we go. First, I want to design an open canopy kind of design, which would be at the bottom. And I wanted to make sure so that it can be as a working area. Now, the attackers, or the raiders, or however you want to call them, are going to be coming from a top. So, we're going to be putting a whole new base at the bottom. And you're going to have to swim inside the base in order to get anything done. You can also hide a vault down there as well if you make it the base wide enough. But here's the thing though, you got to make sure that you don't put the bottom for foundations for the vault, because right now the vault is still glitched. So if you have any foundations underneath the vault, you're screwed. So that's my suggestion, and then build around the vault. That was on how I would do it. So once you get the top to look like there's foundations, and you get a center pillar, just in case the rest of your structure falls, that your whole base just doesn't just fall in the water. You want to make sure for that, because you can place bombs on the very sea floor, so you're going to have to be careful. Now, having just a mouth that's barely sticking out for you is the advantage for you if the attackers are coming in. Now, after I put walls all the way completely around, and then I reinforce those walls with tier 1 foundation things to look, so that it entices the raider to come to you. So as soon as they fall in the water, they get screwed. There's no inside stairwell, there's only one way to get out, and that's your door. So unless the raiders have bombs, and unless they have a bunch of other stuff, there's only one way to get out, below your way out. So they're going to be wasting their bombs while they're stuck in there trying to get on out. And it makes it so much easier when you are bouncing back and forth. And the reason why we are setting up our next tier that's above, the one that I just put tier 2 right here, to tier 1, is so that we will try to get them to jump in there. The whole point is to get them to jump in the water, to entice them. We want them to be enticed to jump in the water. We want them to try and boost in order to hit their heads in order to get in. We want them to be waiting to get on out, screaming for help, trying to get their friends to get out, but to no avail, because it's all covered in tier 2 on the inside. Just like on how my first original trap base is, but this time it's in water. And there's also a secret vault underneath. You gotta remember, if you're going to be building a secret vault that would be underneath, make sure if there's no safe, like no big vault, make sure you have 2 layers of foundations. Otherwise, put a vault down there. Make it easy for yourself. But hide the vault from the raiders. We don't want them to change their objective and to get a bomb, or lo and behold, a god that just wiped your base. We don't want that. That's the biggest thing out of them all, is deception is your best friend when it comes to hiding against the enemy. If you can deceive your enemy and think that you are new to the server, and you continually change clan names and everything else, you can become a wonderful terrorist to the server. I have been a terrorist for a good week now on the server that I'm on, and they still haven't found out our location, because we made our bases deceptively nice. We don't say we got raided. We don't say anything like that, because as soon as we say that, they would raid us and they would level all of our stuff. It's been about a week and they still don't know our clan name and they still don't know our locations, because we kept everything under wraps. The more you deceive your enemy, the better job you will do. Whether you have tier 3 bases, you have tier 2 bases, you can run around, you can hide stuff from everywhere. It makes it easy so that you can do almost anything. You should be able to do anything, and then go from there. But if you want to become an architect, like on how I design my characters, or you want to be a terrorist or in any kind of retrospect, you got to have a base. Now the biggest part, just like on my first trap base video, is putting the bait up there. But this time, we have catapults. Catapults have two different kinds of methods, which there's a boulder method, and then there's also a explosive method. So if somebody's online raiding you and you're close to one of your base locations, fire that. If somebody is trying to summon a god and once you have it zeroed, throw that explosive. The bleed damage will make him die, and then you just keep lobbying that spot until either one of your friends do it, or if you're solo, you go down there and get it done yourself. Now I found this as an interesting method where you can put the whole thing above, but then you have to worry about clipping issue. What I wanted to do is that I wanted to have my door underneath the catapult so they think that it's just the floor and I have it built up around it. Now there might be a certain way to do it, but I don't know it exactly. Maybe I have to put a pillar there. I still have a lot of experimentation when it comes to the elevation changes with the catapult, because there's a lot of new things that have come out and there's not a lot more clipping that needs to get figured out when it comes to base designs, catapult designs, siege towers, stuff like that. And like you guys will see later on, when you guys are attacking, the biggest thing out of them all is a siege tower. If you build the siege tower, because the actual siege device for the trebuchet can be destroyed by steel. So if you don't have it defended by fortifications or walls that are around it, or you build a tower for it, you're going to get screwed. That's the biggest way. That's why I made a hidden base underneath my main base. I made the design so that it can be easy. You could put even beds underneath it. You can put a fire. You can cook underneath there. There's no physics for it right now, but you can build completely everything underneath the water. It doesn't make sense, but right now I put my god tokens underneath the water, and I put a bunch of stuff underneath the water. But you can have Wheels of Pain underneath there. You can have entire base settlements underneath the water. As long as it clips just a little bit above for air, you can pretty much do all your work underneath the water. Your whole base underneath the water, no problem whatsoever. Everything that's under the water can be salvaged, can be done, can be made. But when you have entire structures, it doesn't make sense in the real world, but you can have everything underwater. Now, here's for my next thing. I'm going to be putting a bunch of PvP videos out. It's probably chock filled with PvP, raiding bases, raiding almost everybody. Having this guy's clan called Twitch TV pretty much personally have a vendetta against me, where he only offline raids me. Only offline raids me, and it's so funny. And every single time besides the last encounter, we've leveled his whole team. I even 1v7'd his whole clan and wrecked everybody. But they've learned, they've gotten better with their PvP, and I've gotten a lot better with my PvP, so I can't 1v7 them anymore. But if you guys want to be part of it, hit me up on YouTube, hit me up on Twitch. If you want to play with me, have fun with it, because more of these designs are coming. I'm going to be having like a hidden trap base trebuchet design now. That's my next big one. A hidden trap base trebuchet design, because it sounds beautiful. I can't wait for it. I can't wait for everything. It's similar to this, except the big difference is that it's for sieging, having a lot of space for beds, having a lot of space for everything. But the biggest thing out of all is that you need tier 2 and tier 3. Because if you get anti-catapulted, you can get equally screwed. So it takes it two ways when you are in corporation of a siege. What can you do for a siege tower? How can you defend against it? And how can you actually do it? This is Polar Bear, and for every point of PvP, and if you love these trap-based designs, please leave a like, follow me, get me on Twitter, do whatever. And if you want to play with me, it's cool. My Steam name is down below, like always. And if you want to hit me up, add me. Have a good one, guys.